Staying at the top of your game is a really interesting inquiry because it implies that somehow that is not within your gift, that something's missing, that there needs to be something quite profound in terms of finding out the why. But what if it's relatively simple? What if it's all about what are you focusing on now? What if it's about the questions you're allowing to plague your thoughts? I coach a lot of high performers, people who are used to producing results at the very top of the expectation of the organization, the particular assignment or initiative. And that expectation can sometimes be considered as a weight of responsibility to keep producing the same results, even though the challenge or the environment might be different. But oftentimes it's always the same. This simple question you're answering: am I enough? And am I enough in the circumstances that I find myself now? And when I strip it back, invariably there are three things I would offer. One, what are you focusing on now? The fact that the boundary is being pushed. Is your area of focus on the gap? Or is your area of focus on the very nature of the things you've relied on that have consistently produced those results? And what is different about now? And one of the things that always pops up, how are you resourcing yourself? In this cycle of constantly producing results, what is that rejuvenation? What is that re-resourcing of your energy? What is that nourishment of the soul? Because let's face it, we're human beings. And sometimes it's just not as easy as others, but it doesn't mean it's not attainable. There is something about the practice of building up the resources to keep you where you are. But underneath all of that, there's this idea of the growth mindset that has made you successful in the first place. And one of the qualities of growth mindset means reframing the problem statement. Instead of looking at the gap, you get to look at the opportunity. And when you start to look at the opportunity, somehow the juices start flowing as you realize not only can you do this, you're prepared to dare greatly, not necessarily knowing the outcome, but you're confident of that ability to close that gap. You're trusting the fact that you can adapt to the circumstances you find. You can consider all of the options in front of you and be confident in your choice. So when you start to refocus on the very resources you relied on, you get to tap into the resources of you. And the resources of you that has got you where you are more than enough to push on and meet whatever the expectation is, knowing that you are in choice. The choice to rely on the things that have got you where you are, absent of the doubt. And that's a really interesting paradigm to constantly explore. And if you do need external support, after all, that's what the whole coaching profession is about. But the most important thing is the wisdom of self.